Hello, everyone. Might be a little brighter this way here. All right, we're here to do a live and welcome. I don't know why, but sometimes it just feels like it's been a while. So I hope everybody is doing well. If you happen to catch this underneath the replay, feel free to write that you were here on the replay. Was there a take home for you? I am underneath TikTok a lot now, so I really encourage you to go over to my TikTok. You'll see it in my link tree. I already put that in the description. And one of the nice perks that I have in relation to TikTok is that if you subscribe, which I believe is like 7.9, something like that in Canadian, cheaper for people in the States and some other places. But you get a free reading with me every time I go on live. So you will see my schedule underneath my profile, and I will do my best to make sure that I am sticking to that schedule. I've had a couple things here and there. Sometimes I have people booked readings, so I want to make sure I prioritize my booked readings, of course. But I am going to, after I get off my lives, go and put my new schedule in so that you guys can rely on that schedule with me. So that's for the month, 7.99. So basically, when you can see my schedule, then you just hop on and you ask any questions there that you have. And so you get that opportunity once you hop on, ask all your questions in that moment. It's prioritized based on the people as they hop on, and I do my best to kind of keep up with the comments and things like that. You can do a general reading. You can focus on a topic if you like. I go into your energy specifically as a subscriber. We spend time making sure that we get that question answered for you, which is great. Often, I know I have lots of questions that I like wish I had somebody to ask, just, hey, can you pull a card for me? Can you check in with this? Boom. And then I feel better. So it's kind of nice to have that. I do lots and lots of lives. And outside of those scheduled readings, I also just go on randomly on top of it. So those are just bonus readings, which is great. I also have been posting under YouTube as well as TikTok some Reiki healing videos, some meditations, some healing downloads. So those are things that you can access at any time for free, which is also great. Hello, if you're watching, I am doing free readings here. It's just kind of hello. If you would like a card pull, I can definitely do that. Or if you have a question, bring it on in. I was just talking about how I'm now doing live readings on the regular over on TikTok, and I also have some videos for people there just to access. We did our weekly as well. How will I meet my love? Great question. We can definitely focus on that. So I already did the weekly reading, so feel free to check that out. The energy is really good for this week. I also just did the full moon reading. So oddly enough, you're asking about love life. This full moon is coming up on the 29th, and it's really a great time for new love partners. It's giving me chills everywhere. So yeah, I just feel like there's good energy around that. I'm gonna call you Sam because I don't feel that I can pronounce your name. So what does Sam need to know? So they're asking, how will I meet my life partner? My birthday, 06/08/1990. Okay. So you've got some numerology in there. 6 typically represents the importance to have, especially in relation to this situation, a very successful relationship. What I feel like your goal is here. That card came out really strongly for you. So we're just going to focus on that one card. And so one of the other things that's coming up with this full moon, outside of it being a great time to meet a partner, again, that's September 29th. So all that energy around that. This full moon is also very much related to compromise. So make sure you go and watch that video. I just posted it. So when I see the number 6 in someone's numerology, the fact that like it's talking about a successful relationship, cooperation, compromise, that sort of thing. So this is a great time for you to set that intention to meet a soul connection. Okay. 8, talking about it's time to take action. If there are areas of your life as well with this full moon where you feel like you're blocked emotionally, any old emotional pain, wounds around your heart chakra, definitely make sure you're doing the work around the full moon. I have a full moon ritual as well underneath my playlist rituals and practices. Definitely take advantage of that for free. And then I have my paid full moon ritual underneath my VIP membership. And so the reason why this is coming up is because definitely we can not just work on that heart chakra, but we can manifest as well this new person entering your life. So the way that we can bring in like a love partner, we can definitely do like a love ritual in the way that we want this love to come in. We can visualize this person. We could do a vision board. There's so many different ways because you're asking how. So you're getting the information of different ways to attract that person. The fact that in your numerology, you also have 1998. Okay, perfect. And feel free to watch me over on TikTok if you're not already. 6:30 p.m. I'm doing readings tonight as well. And I was already sharing that if you subscribe, you get a free reading every time you come on there. So it makes it awesome for people. And I always prioritize you guys first. And if you're not a subscriber, you can pay for a reading as well. And we can do the reading there too. And then I also do collective messages. So 1998. This is like, we're seeing one up on the screen. I'm seeing one coming up again. Again, this is like, it feels like a really new, strong start for you because you're really looking to have balance in the relationship. So it feels like your intentions are really pure in your purpose of wanting your life partner. It doesn't feel like it's like, I want somebody that has money or I want to have sex with somebody. It really feels like you're valuing the energy of somebody being equal to you. So first of all, the fact that your intentions are pure will absolutely mean that your person's going to come in. The fact that you have 2 nines as well tells me that you really want somebody who also might be a little spiritual as well, just to be more clear in the person that you're attracting. Because the fact that you're attracted to this and manifestation and, dreaming up big goals and desires for yourself, you've got to have someone else who really appreciates you being that way. Right? They have to get you. And so they don't have to be the exact same as you, but they have to share similar values. So I think that's another thing that's coming up for you is making sure that they appreciate you. And so when you meet this person, if you share some of these values that you have, they say, "Oh my goodness, like I love that you're so interested in that," or "I'd like to learn more about that." If they're showing interest in your interest, even if that's not their interest, the fact that they're showing interest in your interest will be another great indication that this could be a potential soul partner for you. Okay. So I just want to share that those are some things that are coming up. This other person that you're vibrating into your life right now, they also, I'm getting the number 7. It might be 17, but when you see 7 or 17 coming up when you're dating or when you meet this person, use that as a sign or symbol as well that is the right person for you. Okay, 7 or 17. It'll show up in your energy fields to let you know that this is a person that you can trust or feel safe with or on the right track with them. Okay. And sometimes we need that reassurance when we're starting to meet someone because often it can be a little nerve-wracking to meet someone that's going to be long-term because maybe we've been, as I said, hurt in the past before, heart chakra stuff. So we really need that reassurance and that constant validation. So if you ever again want to book a reading or hop onto those TikToks, regardless, thank you so much for being here. And your card, by the way, is the Emperor, Archangel Michael. Okay. Whenever we see Archangel Michael, this is usually we're talking about validation. I'm getting that you are safe, just as a healthy reminder that to continue to remind yourself that you're safe. Okay. That's kind of root chakra related when we're like falling into like nervous tension a little bit. Cause again, when you're starting something new, it can be a little scary. So it's just a healthy reminder. You can maybe visualize a white light coming in and around you if you do have a nervous tension or tendency to be that way. I think that always happens when we're about to meet somebody important in our life because it's a little overwhelming in a good way, right? So yeah, you can also look up the Emperor in Tarot as well. Hey, yes, of course you can. I'm doing free readings. That's what I'm here for. So I'd love to hear your questions. If you look up this card in Tarot, what you'll see is the Emperor indicates that you have really strong leadership skills, that you've got what it takes to really make things successful in your life. Okay. So, really great card to have. So, I do feel good stuff coming in there. All right. So, doves. Will I get fired from WFS? Okay, so whenever I see that coming up in someone's energy, um, I'm like, I subscribe. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm just curious to know if this is like a fear-based thought, like a fear or a worry, because that's kind of giving me chills. I kind of get that this is a fear-based thought or worry, but I just want to know like where you're at in your head right now with that. What makes you feel that way? Because that will also help us understand. Would love a card of your full cards. Yes. And Tiffany F, have I ever met you before? Have we had a reading together? Thank you guys for all the love. So, doves, will I get fired from WFS? So, again, it feels like there's worry there. It feels like it's a fear based thought. So, what is a fear based thought, guys? Does anybody know? I work with a tool called theta healing, which is our limiting beliefs. You know, when we're worried about something, obviously that's what we're attracting. So we want to work on shifting that. But when there's fear, again, that could be stemming from past issues as well. So, doves, if I don't see you clarifying, okay, Tiffany F, I work with so many people, I have a hard time keeping track of who's who. So I just like to get clarity on that. I was watching reviews of Oracle cards and noticed you live. Well, thanks so much for subscribing and being here. All right, so taking a couple deep breaths. So, doves, I'm going to pull this card out for you, regardless of what your intention is. I can already feel that's some stuff that you've got coming up. Okay, so you've got the World card, Archangel Michael. Okay, this card is a really great card to have. It says a job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude, the path towards enlightenment. So, regardless of what's going on in your work setting, we know that you have been doing a lot. I get like intention setting that you're really putting out energy actually that you want. So although we were just talking about this worry and these fear-based thoughts, I actually get when push comes to shove, I feel like you're really doing the work and you're going to attract opportunities. So basically, when I look into like the getting fired part, I just feel like we need more dialogue with this. I don't like to say yes or no because this is more of like a conversation type of thing when we're working online like this. But my goal here for you is that like opportunities are gonna really like magnetize to you. So will I get fired? Okay, you're not really answering the question that I asked you, and that's why I don't want to say yes or no because that's like a really kind of extreme question. I just like to know why you feel that way or why you think that way, and then I'll be able to answer your question. Makes sense? Because this is saying that you are going to because worrying or thinking that this is going to happen again is a fear-based thought. But what I get over here is that you're going to magnetize new opportunities to you 24/7 anyway because I actually do feel like you understand how to intention set. Okay, because it is a investigation going on. Okay, that's kind of what I needed to know more about in order to answer this question. Thank you so much for subscribing, guys. So, doves, now I can go into this for you. It feels like there's a lot going on in your head here again. So the worry will, the worry and the fear is just going to make it worse. Okay. So will doves get fired? It's not a lot going on in my head. Okay, so you're not worried about getting fired then? Is that it? You're not worried about getting fired because you've got all your cards are good. So obviously you're not, and then I'm just feeling that way, but I can't help but feel like you are worried about it because that's your question. So you've got the World card. You can look that up as well. The World card. I don't worry about anything. LOL. Okay. Okay, well that's good because the card that you had is that you're going to attract more opportunities for you regardless of what happens. You are working hard. I do sense that. And then the fact that you have 10 of water, it says a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional material needs are met, trustworthy relationships. So I mean, I feel like you're connected to your heart as well. So I guess what's coming up is like in a situation like this, I don't really want to say yes or no, just there are certain questions I just don't feel comfortable doing it in this type of setting. But my recommendation would be to continue to pursue your dreams. If this is something that you want to fight for, then fight for it. If you feel like there's another job that would be better aligned for you, then work towards that. Okay. That's the way I'm going to word that, because you seem more like a one-on-one session. Okay. And thank you so much for being here. So Tiffany, honestly, I'm going to unsubscribe. No worries. If we're not aligned for each other, that's like a perfect example of how, when you're worried about, thank you for somewhat trying, there's just questions I just won't answer in a public setting. Because what if I say you're going to get fired? Is that a nice thing to say? Especially when the energy is not clear with the information that I have. I do healing. I don't just tell people what they want to hear. I help people work through energy. So the fact that you want to unsubscribe means that you trust your vibe, that we're not aligned. And if you are worried about losing your job and you feel insecure about that, then there's something off there for sure. Okay, so we always want to feel like we know where we stand in situations, and it seems like you know how to communicate, so that's great. So thank you for trusting your vibe. And my horseman reading says, just breathe. So for someone who doesn't worry about anything, it does seem like you're still worrying a little bit. Okay, so Tiffany, very interesting. I never know what's going to happen here. So you don't have a question, Tiff? Okay. The Magician. And guys, I always put energy into my peeps that appreciate me. I actually just did an abundance healing that's going to be up here underneath my YouTube channel as well as my TikTok. And it's for abundance. It's for giving and receiving in our relationships, right? And like putting out good vibes and getting good vibes back, that sort of thing. And then sure enough, I finished this. I don't even post it yet. I get a call from Forever Healthy and they said, oh my God, you won our contest. And you have to give away a free allergy test and then you'll get your next free treatment. And I've really been putting a lot of investment into this company. And then I won their draw. So it was 2 seconds after I did this abundance healing. So that's a perfect example of how the energy that we put out, we get back. I just want to share that. So that'll be posted up soon. So Tiffany, you've got the Magician. This talks about mentorship. Okay. So whenever we see mentorship, it's usually related to somebody helping support us with anything. I'm getting like emotional growth. So I would say keep going to, if you're going to a counselor or a therapist, keep going to that person to help you with whatever you need emotionally to continue to grow. If you stop doing that, I would say go back to that because we always have emotional stuff going on and this full moon is coming up on the 29th. So there should be a lot of stuff like even just, I didn't read this person's comment, but it's like, again, full moons are going to trigger us. There's going to be people upset about stuff. So it's just learning how we can work through our own stuff and move forward with it. Right. So Tiffany, that is for you. Ernie. Hi, can I know if I'll make any new friends in college? It's kind of going hard for me. No problem. And thank you for being here. I, for some reason, don't want to look at the comments at this person because you're welcome, Tiffany. I just feel like there's some negative energy there. And again, guys, sometimes I'm going to trigger people. And because there's always a mirror for people. If I'm annoying you, if I'm pissing you off, it's also good to look at yourself and how you're choosing to respond to that versus like react to that. And what's going on within yourself, where with this full moon, we're doing shadow work. What is it that's irking you about that person? Because I know for myself, if there's someone really like bothering me, maybe if I feel like they're trying to put me down or something like that, and it's annoying me that they're always trying to put me down, I can look at myself and say, well, where am I putting other people down? Right? Instead of they're doing this. Where am I doing that in my life as well? And that's all we can do is just change ourselves instead of, pointing the finger at somebody else. Yes, triggers are important to our growth for sure. Okay, so meeting new friends, and you're saying it's not easy for you in college. Okay. Well, I totally respect your honesty here. Okay. So memories from your history or childhood issues regarding children romanticizing the past. Okay. So this actually talks about old friends coming back in up in your life and reminding yourself that you already have people, because sometimes when we feel like I'm lacking or I don't have, then we're coming from that almost like desperation thing, right? We're coming from a place of like a lower vibration. So this is telling you to focus on the friends that you. So I have Tiffany popping up in my energy field. She's an old friend. This is where we're all sharing energy here. So just remind yourself that you do have people in your life already. So when you're coming from that full cup of I have, you're more likely to attract those new people in. So I would say keep searching for like-minded people by reminding yourself that you also already have that, if that makes sense. Okay. Is there anyone else here that would like a message? I do have good best friends. Exactly. And so keep focusing on them filling up your cup. And then when you're, searching to attract those people, it'll be easier to like connect with them because you're coming from that place of already like happiness, right? I feel like you get that, but yes, feel free to ask your question, Benita. Thanks a lot. You're welcome. Well, thank you for saying thank you and being appreciative. Especially when we're doing free things, I just really appreciate people just being on here and being kind and nice. How would you say the magician relates to new friends and having a hard time keeping connected? Well, the magician, if you look it up, because that's what's nice about tarot is we can actually look up what the card means. So when I pull it up, you can Google what does this tarot card mean, and then you'll get more information. But the magician is, to me, a connection to you're gonna bring somebody into your life that's gonna be there to help teach you something, right? So you're saying to new friends, well, maybe the new people that you're attracting into your life are there to teach you. As we were even talking about simple things like triggers, sometimes people are triggering us because they're teaching us, right? They're teachers for us. So we'll always when the magician, if we look at it as student versus teacher, um, that's like a when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, right? So I kind of see that as like the magician is is the teacher showing up in your life, and you're the student. And so that's why I connected it to getting emotional support, because I was also hearing through clairaudient emotional growth. And I also just did our full moon ritual for our VIP members, and oddly enough, that's what we've been working on. So Tiffany, if you ever want to come in VIP even for a month, I think you could really benefit from that. Is Daniel wondering why I am not scheduling appointments with him? Eight of Earth. Okay, one of the things that I do my best to work on is our energy versus somebody else's energy, because we don't have permission to go into like Daniel's energy, but I can only just help support you in ways that I feel like are ethical, right? In these settings. So if you ever want to book a one-on-one to go deeper, we can. As I was already explaining to someone else here, because when we have to give a yes or no and it being like something like related to healing, we want to make sure that it's going to benefit you the most, right? So it's supportive and encouraging. So is Daniel wondering why I am not scheduling appointments with him? And again, because we're not going into Daniel's energy, we're going to work on yours. So skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic. The fact that I was bringing up 3, that talks about someone who's finalized a decision. And 3 also represents fun and creativity. So the fact that you have this, it says going back to school. See how we're coming up with a theme for everybody here about learning. This is really talking about actually someone who has a lot of talents and a lot of gifts, and they're very skilled. And it actually usually tells us that if you have some type of hobby, it could actually make money. So if you're not aware of that, that's something to tune into. So you're wondering if somebody else is wondering. If they're curious to know why you're not scheduling appointments with them anymore, I guess. So maybe you're asking, is Daniel upset, or does Daniel care, or is Daniel angry with you? Or yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. But this is really talking about whatever the appointments are related to. This encourages you to focus on talents and skills and gifts. If Daniel runs a practice of some sort. Daniel just wants to work probably with people that are aligned for him, as we were just talking about in this reading. So it'll be interesting to see how this comes out full circle, talking about the importance of working with people that are aligned to us. We were also talking about love life and soul partners and things like that, that people are matching our vibration. So that's really what I get here, is that it's important that you're using your gifts and talents and you're feeling aligned with the things that you're doing. Abundance is going to come as a result of that. And same thing for the other person in relation to this party. It's about how we're serving our purpose here, not all the other stuff, right? I would also say, if you're worried about this person, to do some cord cutting. That's something I'll also have to do a healing video on, but I do have meditations underneath my playlist, cord cutting with Archangel Michael, and that's just like a little ceremony. I also have a grief ceremony underneath rituals and practices, which is more of like if we need to move away from somebody, that we can just kind of heal in that moment. And I'm also doing a forgiveness workshop on October 11th. And then on October 12th, I'm doing energy practices for only $11, which would be great. So just to offer a little more healing to people. Tiffany's saying, the friend is a therapist too. Not my therapist, mind you. That definitely connects. Right. Okay. Perfect. So I'm glad that does. You're welcome. Thank you for all the good vibes here. Let's do a collective reading just to sum up our messages. If we don't have any more questions, feel free to ask another question if you're here and you would like one, even if you've already asked one, because this is a learning experience for everybody, including myself. Great sadness, take time to heal. The need to forgive yourself or others. There's no coincidence. I was just talking about that, and then boom, it shows up. This is talking about someone who can see the truth, and it hurts them sometimes because they can feel the way things are, right? Especially when there aren't ideal situations. So my encouragement here is just to kind of take a break, recharge your energy, that sort of thing. Trying to think where I just did, where did I do a video talking about recharging? Oh, it was our VIP membership for our full moon ritual. We were talking about that this full moon is very much about recharging. So we worked on the areas of where we're being drained and the energy that we want to bring. So Page of Fire, outgoing and creative. This is really talking about all of our amazing ideas and things that we want to start attracting into our life. As I was talking about with doves, talking about bringing in the energy of what they really want dream-wise. So if they need to fight for what it is that they want where they are, or they need to attract more opportunities, regardless, that's going to happen. They're going to put that time and energy into what it is that they want. And we even saw that with that person kind of coming up, where it's like, if you're not fixing this, then I'm going to go over here and they're going to fix it. And like, this is happening type of vibe. So this is also saying that be a bit more patient, guys. This energy that we're in is a lot. So when we're talking about recharging our energy, that's usually, working with our crystals, doing more healing, getting together with like-minded people. That seems to be our theme. We've got unity with the number 5. Okay, 5 representing change. It says traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations seek out mentors and like-minded friends. Very related to our theme. This is just talking about how, like, really trust your vibes in terms of where you're supposed to go right now. In my membership group through VIP, I also have an intuitive 3-night workshop I just posted in there. And I think that might be helpful for some people if they're working on signs and symbols, as we were talking about at the beginning of this, that 7 or 17 was coming up for, who was it up here? When their person's coming in. Sam. So then we have 10 of Earth, talking about abundance and love and support and things like that. And we were talking about how money, it's not about money when it comes to work and things like that. It's about our purpose and really focusing more on our goals and things like that, right? To make sure that we're where we're supposed to be, and trusting that we have everything that we need, that we are safe, etc. Okay. So I think we were talking about that as well, about bringing some white light in and around us when we're having that nervous tension. All right, guys. So there you are. Those are our messages. Thank you for everyone hopping on here. As I was sharing, TikTok is kind of a place that I've been hanging out a lot doing reading. So make sure you find me over there and take care. Bye bye. Bye, Deb.